I know, and MorroW is on a map that I think favors him quite a bit coming up. It is Delta Quadrant, which has relatively short distances between the bases, so that will help MorroW's big love of the mid-game pushes. But at the same time, there are those backdoor entrances, which are very abusable with the drops. So I think MorroW's going to be very comfortable.
Yeah, I think what DIMAGA needs to do, he needs to control his unit size, because in the first game he didn't have enough units to actually hold off that push. He did try to get the hive out super fast. He went for Infestors slightly too soon. It took all his resources. But in that last game, he actually waited a while, and he got a ton of links, a ton of banglings with these Mulus. And the thing what he did last game as well, which worked so well, is Mulus harassment. He actually managed to harass MorroW, to slow down any time attacks, and to actually hold MorroW back.
Yeah, so we are going directly into Game 3 here on Delta Quadrant. Wanted to give a big shout out to Reddit, who of course are handing out ESL premium keys to people who are predicting winners and stuff. So definitely go to Reddit and vote us up. MorroW spawning in the top right position and DIMAGA in the top left. Close spots. I'm already favoring MorroW.
Yeah, as soon as the spawns came out, I knew this is definitely favoring MorroW. And I feel that he's going to go for this Reaper build again. The Reapers are so effective. He almost took down that hatchery twice in that game. And if he does go for these Reapers, he is so close to DIMAGA. And there are so many cliffs, abusable cliffs, that he can use and run around and really harass DIMAGA.
So DIMAGA is sending his first Overlord in the right direction, so that is going to help a little bit with this situation that he is in. But nothing too funky coming out of MorroW. Again, he's favoring the supply depot. I'm curious how MorroW is going to respond with this destructible rock at his backside. He could take that out and opt for the very early expand, but knowing him, he'd probably favor the forward expand, so he could push and defend that expansion at the same time.
Yeah, definitely. If I was MorroW, I'd definitely go for the forward one. Even though the back one is the safer route, MorroW should not be taking a safe route against Zerg. He should be looking to do timing attacks, pushing, and really putting a lot of pressure on DIMAGA. I mean, Mulus, Lings are going to come out, but they do take time. Mulus take a long time. So if he does go forward, he can be doing harassment and really aggressive moves straight on.
DIMAGA doing the usual safe build, throwing down the extractor right away. We do see another forward barracks by MorroW. Wouldn't be surprised to see a tech lab again. And if there's one problem that I think MorroW did last game that he needs to not do this game, was suddenly becoming way too passive. He just stopped attacking when he shouldn't have.
Yeah, definitely. And DIMAGA loves the comfort zone. I always talk about the comfort zone, which DIMAGA is. And this comfort zone is when the harassment stops, when you let DIMAGA sit down, he will spam drones. He will get a ton of drones and just pump up his economy. And then by then it's too late. You have to have consistent pressure on DIMAGA.
And there's the tech lab going down for MorroW. And in these positions, he is going to be very, very happy. Look at this short distance, hopping up on this cliff, and then directly into the back of DIMAGA's main. It's very tough to defend all the fronts at once from Reapers on this map.
Yeah, especially the only good thing going for DIMAGA right now is that he has got the he's going to be spreading creep around. What I'm trying to say is he loves to get creep around his main base, and that actually helps him defend against these against these Reapers, because when the Reapers are around attacking, I mean, without the creep there, the Lings just die so fast.
Indeed. And we do see that. Is the Nitro Pack upgrade going to go down? No, it doesn't look like it. Instead, MorroW taking a very, very early second gas. Probably going to be getting a factory very soon here. DIMAGA continuing to make queens and zerglings, and that zergling speed is en route. So he will be popping into his base in just a minute and seeing exactly what he's up against.
It looks like we might be seeing cloaked Banshees. Usually when you get the second gas before the factory, it means you're going gas heavy. And because the upgrade for the cloak costs 200 gas, it's extremely gas heavy, so we might be seeing that.
And I mean, that's exactly how we saw Muslim abuse DIMAGA in the game on this map, and it worked out just brilliantly. Or mech plays can also be very effective. DIMAGA tries to poke in here, and I think DIMAGA's very surprised to see a Marine come out of that barracks. He would almost certainly expect to see some kind of additional Reaper or even a Marauder play, but it looks like this one Reaper is doing a lot of good for MorroW. He's just continuing to poke around, and there's the forward expansion from DIMAGA. That's going to be extremely difficult to defend. MorroW actually carefully microing, does not want to lose his one chance to scout.
Yeah, definitely, and the starport has gone down. Tech Lab beam research, we don't know yet if he's going to switch. I mean, he might go straight for siege tanks and then, expand after that. But look, this Reaper actually might get caught. Oh my god, it gets away with 5 HP.
Hit away. Very, very nice play. And as exactly you said, here's MorroW coming up with the tech lab on the factory. Undoubtedly going to be swapped so we can get the Banshee with the cloak upgrade. Yes, there is the factory moving away. The Reaper is just hanging out on the high ground. Lair is down for DIMAGA right now. Does he have 2 queens? Yes, that is going to be very helpful when it comes to dealing with those Banshees. But the Overseers are going to be pretty late.
Yeah, the Overseer's going to be late. The Spire. The thing is, with these kind of Banshee builds, I sometimes don't agree with them, just because the cloak has gone down with the Banshee, is that every Zerg right now is going for a Spire. And Mutalisk just hard counter Banshees, especially when the Overseer comes out. But maybe, you know, MorroW's thinking, I'm pretty close to your base. I can get this pretty fast, and I'm going to do a lot of damage before the Spire even gets up.
Yeah, and you can always give that factory the tech lab back, which will allow you to get the Thors very quickly. There's the command center going down at the back base. MorroW has not really, doesn't really have any units at all that can take down this destructible rock fast. Is even getting any Marauders? No, it's going to be a little bit hard to get that expansion up and operational, but that Banshee is very close to being finished, and a second Banshee is en route. Layer done for DIMAGA, so we will have enough for Overseers, but there is the Spire going down. He might be able to kill off the Queen if he attacks very soon.
And these links on the front of MorroW's base, I mean, he has seen the factory being lifted. He knows what's coming now. And look at this.
Oh,
he
wow.
already has the second Queen out on his natural. He is prepared for this. That's just a sixth sense this guy has.
Yeah, a lot of people are loving getting tons of Queens against Terran, because even if no air comes, you can spread the creep so easily, but not that many drones out for DIMAGA. That's the one thing he is lacking quite a bit. We can see that that factory has already landed. MorroW is going again for this very clever tank with siege mode and many Marines play. We see that one Banshee is out, but MorroW's not going to do anything with it until he gets two together. But the big issue he has to deal with is that that Spire is almost complete.
Yeah, the Spire is almost complete. Does he have an Overseer? That is the question, though, and he doesn't. So if these two Banshees do go together, they will actually do a lot of damage very fast, especially because there isn't an Overseer.
And it looks like a Raven also en route for MorroW. Loves having a nice mix of tech units. The Banshees are skirting along the top edge of the map. Oh, remember this Reaper? Well, he is still around.
Oh my God.
Trying to poke in and see what's up. Did he actually see the Banshees?
No, he didn't actually see it. No, he didn't.
Wow.
And the Overseer is actually in MorroW's base. So MorroW's going to be able to free run around DIMAGA's base with Cloak, and he's going to be able to do so much damage. He's going to be able to take Queens, drones, even the Spire if he decides to.
Oh, this Overseer's in the exact wrong spot. There's the Cloak. And no messing around, not trying to do anything lucky, going directly for the drones that he can kill them in one shot each. Very, very nice. Going for the Queen. This would be a big kill if he managed to take it down. There the Queen does go down. And he runs the Banshees away safely in time. This Overseer is just a little bit too slow.
I like how he's splitting them up. The Mutalisk out and the Overseer is out, but he splits them up. And one of them, both of them will survive and probably be able to do some more damage, because actually DIMAGA has no idea where they actually went.
And it looks like MorroW is now adding on a bunch of Marines, but without any tech labs, he cannot get any sort of stim, he cannot get any sort of combat shield. Is there an engineering bay up? Yes, indeed there is, so we can begin planting down some turrets at the back. And notice how nice it is that the back expansion is far away from DIMAGA. These two Banshees seem to be returning home, and it looks like he's not going to go for anything risky. He wants to keep those as part of his army.
I don't think building these Banshees actually did anything for MorroW this game. He didn't do enough damage, even though he did take that Queen down. DIMAGA still had two Queens, so the lava never stopped coming out. He didn't do enough damage. It wasn't worth it. But then again, like we always say, they have such high DPS, they can still be used in battle.
And one thing that's very nice about this Banshee play is that all the important tech structures are done. I mean, the starport that was used to make the Raven, that used to have the tech lab, you give the tech lab to the barracks. Now you can use the starport to start making medevacs. And look at MorroW already getting 2 reactors right off the bat, wants to begin making huge numbers of Marines. And because there's no gas at this expansion, MorroW is telling us that he wants to push early.
Yeah, definitely. And I love the use of this Viking. He just built one Viking just to hold back Mutalisk. Because of the range of the Viking, it can hit the Mutalisk. And as soon as the Mutalisk try to come in, he can just move back to the turrets.
And it looks like the Mutalisk, there's quite a lot and only one turret. But somehow MorroW, with the Sixth Sense, is able to detect that these Mutalisks are coming. One does fall. And if that Viking can get some extra shots off, that would be awesome. But it does look like he is going to just be able to stay back. The 2 refineries are done right now. And yep, there's that key Viking just repelling those Mutalisks exactly as you said.
And look, this Banshee is at the top. I'm not sure if DIMAGA sees it. No, he doesn't actually see it. So it is coming to the back of his base. And he's going to be able to do a lot of damage to these drone line.
And it looks like he is beelining to the back of his base with these Mutalisks. Apparently he saw something with that Overlord at the top side. But it looks like MorroW isn't quite ready to push. Oh no, where are the Mutalisks? Where did they go? Oh my God, they're right on top of the Banshee. All they need is one Overseer. And it looks like MorroW is just going to abandon ship right now.
Yeah, and look at all these Baneleys being morphed right now. I'm not sure if I agree with this hidden expansion down the bottom. I would have much preferred him to take in the gold right next to his base, because he's in quite a good position.
And there goes one Banshee in the center, the Banshee that was able to spot all the Banelings morphing. And MorroW is gearing up to do a push right away, feeling very bold. And look at this, 4 barracks with reactor. Oh my gosh, 6 barracks with reactor. And only just now starting the +1 upgrade. He does have stim. This is a huge, huge push for MorroW right now.
What's more, he did actually load a tank into the dropship. I thought he was going to do some dropship style play, but he doesn't. He sets up camp outside his base. Is he going to be playing very passive again? It looks like he might be. He's just sitting down there. He's probably going to bring down an SCV to build an expansion, but I'm not sure if I agree with this.
Yeah, I really dislike this. I mean, he might be waiting for the combat shield upgrade. His window's rapidly closing to be able to move out and push, because as we can see, that speed upgrade has just finished for the Baneling nest. That one Banshee does manage to find himself a base. And if that Banshee did shoot at that Queen first, it would be able to win no problem. But unfortunately, many Mutalisks are coming from behind, and that Banshee is going to go down.
Queen actually survives with 1 HP left.
Oh, whoopsie
wow,
daisies.
DIMAGA.
So DIMAGA looking very, very, very good. Building up a little bit too much energy, I would say, at these orbital commands. Definitely needs all those mules if he wants to be supporting this many Marines.
Yeah, look at this. I love the way DIMAGA has been splitting up his army. Any time that MorroW decides to push out, he can attack from different angles, and they are just going to melt, because what happens is these Marines go in the front, and then he pulls them back, but Banelings are going to come from the back as well, so actually the Marines have no way to escape these Banelings.
So it looks like MorroW is advancing through the center. He's getting some good scans off, but those Banelings are going to be hitting him from multiple sides. This is the perfect tank spread. Those distances are great. He'll be able to do a lot of good defense. And there's a drop going down by MorroW, but it is not effective at all. The Raven is at the front, doesn't have Hunter Seeker missile. It will be used for point defense drones for those Mutalisks or for some auto turrets just to be blocking a little bit more easily. And there are almost no medevacs, so that one stim from MorroW is going to cost him huge, huge strength in his army.
Yeah, definitely. The medevac is definitely not going to have enough energy to heal all of these. And look at that. The Mutalisks, do they actually manage to take away? No, the point defense drone actually defends the Raven.
And there's another point defense drone going down, wants to just keep those Mutalisks peeled back from his tanks. The tanks are slowly advancing forward. This is exactly how Sarens was able to take out Idra. And look at this, MorroW did manage to take out a lot of Banelings, and here's the huge push, but it looks like he is doing a pretty decent job controlling MorroW, not pulling everything back, was able to keep a decent amount of units alive, but there are way too many Mutalings. MorroW now bringing another reinforcement of units. Things are dying so quickly, and there's the good game.
And DIMAGA takes it into 2-1.
Now, DIMAGA was up against DMuslim 2-1 in the previous quarterfinal, but DIMAGA did end up losing Game 4 and had kind of a shaky Game 5 for his final win. He was definitely happy, but he needs to make sure that he doesn't end up with that same similar result. He needs to close it out.